Welcome to the Jill Sinclair Show, bringing you real conversations about business and life to help you to overcome your success blockers. Remember to subscribe, rate, and review on whatever platform you are listening or watching this. Okay, so first of all, happy freaking New Year! Woo! 2021 could not have come sooner. Am I right? Oh my gosh, what a shit show 2020 was. But here's the thing, we cannot go backwards, we can only go forwards. So the first question came in from Trevor, and Trevor says, Jill, why am I having such a hard time with my resolutions and my goals? I never seem to succeed with them. Well, Trevor, I love it that you asked this question, especially with us all going into 2021 going, what the hell are we supposed to do? Do we plan? Do we not plan? The biggest challenge that people have with fulfilling their New Year's resolutions or their goals is they fail to plan. They literally will say they might have a goal to get fit. Well, what the hell does that mean? What does getting fit mean for your person? What does being successful with your business mean monetarily, or is it to grow it? So you need to define your goals very, very clearly. So let's look at the first thing. If you're wanting to get fit, what does that mean for you? Does that mean you want to run a marathon? Does that mean you want to be in a triathlon? Like, what do you want? What is your fitness to you? Like, what goals are you wanting to achieve with that? And then you basically reverse engineer that. So if you're looking to be in a marathon in 2021, if we're allowed to do marathons together, maybe you can still do a marathon on your own. But if you're looking to do a marathon, you're going to have to train for that. So Google is your best friend. You Google how to train for a marathon, and then you literally put it in your calendar. I have my 2021 calendar, and I am never without it. I always plan everything. From my follow-up phone calls to my new phone calls to everything I do, I put it in my planner. So I want to ask you this question. When you are planning your goals, if I was to look at your calendar, would it be very obvious to me what your goals are? Or not? If I was to look in your calendar right now for January, because this is January that this is recording, what would I see in your calendar? Is it specific plans for your goals, or is it very vague saying, hey, I just want to get fit, but you haven't filled in and time blocked every single day? Because that's what you need to do. You must plan. Because without a plan, the people perish. Remember, that's a biblical statement. I probably have butchered that. But again, you need to look at what your goals are. What are your resolutions? And another thing, Trevor, you need to understand your why behind that. A lot of people say, Jill, I want to be really successful with my business this year. Okay, well, what does that mean to you? What does success mean to you? And then we have to uncover that. Is success more time with your family? Okay, that's kind of funny because we've all spent so much time with our families this past year in 2020. But is it to have more vacations? Is it to have a bigger house? Is it to have more cars? What is your goal with that? What does the success mean to you? And then we just have to dissect it from there. So if your success is going to be buying a bigger house, okay, well, where is that house going to be? Is it going to be this is coming at you live from Vancouver, BC. Is it going to be in West Vancouver? Is it going to be in Point Grey? And these are the very high profile areas in the Vancouver area. Where is that house going to be? Where do you want to live? And then look at how much does that house cost? How much does that dream house cost for you? So you put that down, say it's going to be $8.7 million over on the North Shore there. So what's it going to take for you to get that house? Well, you're going to have to make a lot more money than you're making right now. So how do you reverse engineer that? You need to look at your business and say, okay, how many clients do I need to get to make this amount of money to buy a house for $8.7 million or whatever I came up with, $8.7 million. How many clients, how many gadgets, how many things must I sell in order to get me forward towards my goal? And then you just do that. I had someone I just saw on social media this morning. Justine Davis is a new realtor out in the Valley, and she came to my Hustler Sophisticate Speaker Series Business Bootcamp back in, the end of January 2020, right before COVID hit. And she declared that she was going to sell 10 homes. And I said, okay, awesome, because guess what? It's been done before, so you can do it too. And she was so nervous, but she just realized that it can be done. And she just had to look at it for what it was. 10 homes, sell 10 homes in 12 months. That's less than one house or condo or rubber box, whatever it is, less than one per month. How doable is that? Because when you break it down into bite-sized pieces, then you're able to look at it for what it is and the work that you need to do every single day to get there. You've heard that saying about how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So with her, what she had to look at was, okay, well, if I can sell at least one house a month, then I'm actually exceeding my goals. I'm going to be able to sell 12. Okay, awesome. How do I do that? How many people do I have to contact? How many people do I have to contact in order to get a sale? So you have to look at your numbers. It's always a numbers game, everyone. Always a numbers game. So when you're looking at the numbers, how many cold calls do you need to make to convert that cold call to a client? Some people, they might need to make 100 cold calls to convert one client. Okay, well, then you're going to have to make how many? You're going to have to make over 1,000, 10,000, what you're going to have to make a lot of calls in order to get your goals. So simply break it down and then look at your days. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If those are the days that you're working. Time block them and put in your time for yourself, first and foremost, your time with your family, and then you put in your work. And then do not deviate from that, because once you set yourself up with a schedule, you will achieve your goals. Because the human psyche is kind of interesting. When we have goals set forward very clearly for ourselves in our day timers, on a piece of paper, wherever it is for you, you are more likely to achieve your goals because you've actually gotten your mind attached to your hand, attached to the movement, and you're writing down your goals. Now you need to write them down every single day. You need to revisit them every single day. Remember, if I was to come to look at your calendar for your entire year, what would I see? Would your resolutions be in there? Would your goals be in there? Would it be so specific that I would see that go, oh my gosh, I can see your goal right there. I can see how you're stepping forward every single day for it. Because when you remind yourself of what your goals are and what you need to do to get there, then you're more likely to achieve them. Now let's go back to the fitness, because a lot of people are making that New Year's resolution about getting fit. What does fitness mean to you? Exactly, what does fitness mean to you? Does that mean you want to be able to run in a 10K, in a 5K, in a marathon? Again, look at what that means to you, and then what is it going to take for you to get there? What's it going to take for you to commit to getting to your goal? And then again, you put it in your calendar, just like everything else. If you're going to take a plane, somewhere, somehow in 2021, if you were going to take a plane somewhere, you would likely put it into your phone, or you'd put it on, in your day timer, when your plane was, what the flight number is, all of that. You would have a record of that because it's important to you. Are your goals important to you? Are they important enough to you? Look at the why behind it. Is your why to getting fit? Is it your why, or is it someone else's? If it's someone else that's wanting you to get fit and saying, oh, you've got to get fit, you've got to do this, that's not good enough. It has to be for you, because your goals have to be achievable for you, because you will never be satisfied and you'll never be invested in getting towards your goals if it's for someone else. It must be the reason behind it. The reason behind it must be you. Absolutely must be you. Because again, when you're looking at pleasing other people, that's a lose-lose situation. All day long, lose-lose situation. So let's start to look at your goals and look at how do you break them down step by step. So right now, I want you to look at your Monday to Friday, Monday to Sunday, whatever days you're working, and I want you to start to slate things down. So say you're going to start to work out 7 a.m. every single morning. Well, I would suggest you wouldn't go for a 7-day-a-week workout. You would, if you're new to working out, I would suggest you would start with, say, 3 times a week. 3 times a week, commit to half an hour. And start movement. Just start that, but put it in your calendar. And without fail, do not deviate from that. Just complete your commitment to yourself every single day. Look at your calendar. Look at what is required for you from that day. And then check off that box. Because guess what? When we check off those boxes, we feel so much more contentment with that. And we go, good job, good job, Jill Sinclair. You did this for you. And again, that's going to make you want to achieve more. So again, Trevor, when we're looking at our goals, we always want to make that plan, reverse engineer it, and look at what is our outcome going to be. When do we want to achieve this? Because if we don't have an end goal in mind, if we don't have, I want to be fit by August 31st, 2021, well, then we're also willy-nilly. We're not really committing to the full plan. So you need to commit to a specific plan, and then you need to have a timestamp on that. You've heard this SMART goal. You need to be specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, as well as timestamped. So timestamp that goal. You want to make sure that you're putting an end date to it. So someone said to me throughout the holiday that they want to write a book. I'm like, okay, what's stopping you? Well, the time. I don't have the time. I'm like, really? You don't have the time, or you're choosing not to make the time? Because I need to ask you a question. And it was a young lady. And I said, well, are you spending any time watching television or Netflix? She said, yes. And she giggled. And I said, are you spending any time on TikTok? And she said, yes. And she giggled because she knew I was calling her on her shit. And then I said, well, do you think that if you chose to use your time differently, then you could actually begin to write your book? Yeah, I guess so, she says. So understand, what are the excuses that you're giving yourself? What are the excuses? Are they something that is tangible? Is it relevant? Or are they just simply excuses? Because if you're having extra time to watch TV, to slack off, to scroll endlessly on social media, you have time to achieve your goals. But again, I implore you to be very specific on your calendar, because if it's not in your calendar, it simply doesn't exist, and then you forget about it and it's not important to you. So when you reset your mind every single day, you look at that and say, okay, I'm going to be fit, and this is my level of fitness. I'm going to be able to run a 10K within an hour, and I'm going to be able to do that by August 31st, 2021. Well, then you've got that goal in mind, and guess what? You're going to blow that out of the water even sooner than August 31st, 2021. So again, with your goals, be very specific. Remember, if I'm going to come over to your place and with my mask on or something, if it's still COVID, if I'm going to come over to your place and I looked at your calendar, would it be obvious to me what your goals are? Would it be obvious to me what you're working towards? Because if it's not, then it's not obvious to you, and it's not something that you're going to be reminding yourself of every single day. So again, goal planning, so important. Write it down. Science proves again and again, when we write it down, we're more apt to accomplish our goals. So be very specific with it and timestamp that, and make sure that you are committed to yourself, because whether you're committed or not, it's up to you. And understand your why behind it. Understand your why behind you wanting to achieve something. If it's being fit, maybe you've never been fit before. Maybe you always run out of breath when you're walking up the stairs and you're sick of that. Maybe you have a family history of diabetes. I don't know what your why behind wanting to be fit is. And I want you to understand it's for you. It's for no one else but you. So whether it's going to be a relationship goal, a fitness goal, a business goal, why do you want it? Write that down. Explore that a little bit more in your head. I know my goals for 2021 are pretty big. And for me, I want to inspire, I want to encourage, and I want to help as many people as humanly possible to change their lives in a positive way in 2021. So I'm looking at 50 million people. I don't know how I'm going to accomplish that. I just know I'm going to continue to provide content, provide help, and provide solutions for people to get beyond their success blockers. So remember to subscribe, rate, and review, and let me know what other questions you have. DM me. I'm at Ms. Jill Sinclair on Instagram. Head over to jillsinclair.com, and you can also drop a question in the comments there. And again, remember, your plans are yours, so let's crush 2021 as much as we can, as much as we're able to, and keep your positive focus on what your goals are and check them off every single day. Remember, subscribe, punch out a 5-star review. I would love that. Subscribe, rate, and review, and follow me on Ms. Jill Sinclair on Instagram.